You wear that.
Pictures from Halloween 3.
Well, I think that's a good place to start. You mentioned Halloween 3. I happen to love Halloween. You guys like Halloween 3? John Carpenter was here last year, and we talked a little bit about the continuing, how Halloween continued after he had left the franchise. And Halloween 3, I remember seeing Halloween 3 in the theater the Friday night it opened, and I don't know if I've ever been in an audience that was more pissed off. Because they expect, that tough shit is right. Absolutely right. It was just so, I think they expected the Michael Myers thing, and they got this really...
That's their problem.
I agree, I totally agree.
Nobody told them to expect Michael Myers.
Yeah. Now, so tell me about
Is this on? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Tell me about Halloween 3, about how you got it and the...
John originally set out to make an anthology of Halloween movies and make a different one every time. But Michael Myers just made so much money that the producers said, okay, you can make this Halloween 3 thing, but don't make any more like that. Make all the Michael Myers like them, slash and kill them movies. And that's what happened. So John produced Halloween 3, and he wrote some of the music for Halloween 3. I've often wanted to ask, I don't know if he wrote the goddamn 3 more days till Halloween. I just heard from a kid today that said that they do a game every time that movie plays, every time that song plays in that movie, they have to drink a shot of Jägermeister or some kind of shooter, and they're crippled by the end of the film.
I have a friend whose ringtone is that.
Yeah.
Whose ringtone every time it's playing.
Yeah. But we had a lot of fun making it, and we knew it was going to be a problem because there wasn't any Michael Myers in it. But I think it's a really good standalone movie, and it does good on its own.
Yeah, I think it's great. I love the fact that there's I don't know what it is about the guys who hang out with John Carpenter or John Carpenter himself that are so obsessed with the end of the world.
Tommy Lee Wallace and John grew up together, and they went to college together. They were friends all their lives. I assume they still are. And John produced this one, and I remember him and Deborah Hill were in the room when we were looking for the tomato, and they had 3 girls and brought in Stacy Nelkin, and I read the scene with her or whatever. I don't remember what scene. And as soon as she left the room, we all looked at each other and said, "Yeah, she's it as far as So they hired her. He didn't really have anything. He was never on the set while we shot. John, he pretty much let Tom did the whole thing, Tommy Lee, and it was good. Yeah, we had a good time doing it.
It's interesting how some films come out and they're kind of ignored, and then years later people realize how great they are. And for some reason, a lot of those movies are directed by John Carpenter.
I've done half of them.
Yeah, I know.
I've made half those movies, I think. And Night of the Creeps was like that too. It came out. I ran for a week in LA and a week in New York, and that was it. And then, 20-some years later, we did the Blu-ray version of it. Finally, Sony thought, well, hell, we can make a buck on this. A lot of people like it.
How many times a day do people come up to you and say, "Thrill me"?
Lots. Especially at these conventions. Not so much when I'm at home.
Right.
Nobody does that. My wife doesn't even do it anymore. So she, bless their hearts. My favorite is, I went to a grocery store where I live. I live in Pennsylvania. I don't live in LA. And this woman came running up to me in the Giant Eagle and said, oh my God, Tom Atkins, thrill me, look. And she pulls this purse, opens her purse and pulls this long pencil. It hasn't been sharpened yet. And she said, I got hundreds of these. And they all say, thrill me on the pencil. I said, why the hell would you do that? She said, I just love that movie and I loved the way you did that. And I thought, I want these. I want that to pass out to people. So
that's great. So how did Night of the Creeps come to you? How did that happen?
Did that happen that was after the Fog, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah. Well, I think Freddie Decker had seen Fog and a couple other things, and he had me in mind for it. But I went and met with him and read for him out at someplace in the valley, in Studio City-ish area of LA. And that was that. Same way we did Stacy in our interview for Halloween 3, he felt the same way about me in Night of the Creeps. So I had the job when I left the room, and then we just shot it. I had some grave misgivings though. I've got to tell you, the first day of the shoot, we are in the college campus down in USC or wherever the hell it was, just south of LA near the convention center out there, and I get a 11 a.m. call. He's starting shooting with the three kids, Jeff and Harry. And Alfalfa and Spanky and the girl. And so I get there, I get into costume, and I read the book that I'm reading, and 11 o'clock at night, all day I've been sick. The second AD comes over and says, they're ready for you, Mr. Atkins. Thank you for your patience. I'm so sorry you had to wait so long. And I got called at 11 o'clock in the morning, but they're ready for you now. And I walked over. I got the gun on all day and the suit and the trench coat. I walk over, and there's a pathway, and it's lit. It's night, and there's some people went by. And they're up ahead, and Fred says, okay, Tom, see that spot? Step into it. I said, okay. Cut. Wrap. Oh, no. What the hell is this movie going to be like? Honest to God, that was it. That's all I shot. No words, no nothing. Stepping into a path, all you saw were my feet. They could have been anybody's feet. Oh my God.
But the shoot got better from that.
I came so close to going home and saying, you know, when they called for the call next day, no, fuck it, I ain't gonna be there. Shoot it with somebody else.
I wanted to go back to the beginning. How did you get in there?
Oh, I was chasing a tomato. Yeah, I was going to Duquesne University, majoring in journalism. That's a Catholic school in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Though I'm not Catholic, it's the only one I could get into with my high school grades. Oh my God. So I'm going to Duquesne, I'm majoring in journalism. This girl I'm dating and seeing at the time was a member of the Duquesne Red Masters, this extracurricular theater group. And I said to her one day, you know, God, I'm not getting my fair share of your time. Every time I want to, you know, go out or do something, you're over at the goddamn theater rehearsing, or you're over there. And she said, well, come and do a play. And I said, oh, no, I can't. No, I'm a Navy guy. I just, I didn't have any interest in theater. Well, we'll see more of each other. And I said, yeah, okay. So I went out over to the theater. I met this guy, Sam Nelly, who ran it. Great guy, who became my mentor. And he said, well, yeah, you're a guy. I always need guys over here. And I'm doing Williams-Leroy. It's the time of your life. There's about 35 people in it. You could play Nick the Day bartender. William Bendix played the part in the movie, and I didn't know that till way later. But I said, yeah, okay. So I did, and I fell in love with it. You know, I loved the theater and acting, and I saw more and more of it, less and less of her, and that was it. I got out of Duquesne and went to New York and started working.
It's amazing how many people get into acting and get laid, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a great place for meeting cute girls.
What was your first, the first thing that you auditioned for, the first big role?
I got the part the first thing I auditioned for. It was when I went to New York out of Duquesne. I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts for 1 year, like from January of '66 to February of '67. And they showcased their productions. They invited producers and directors from around New York. It was in Manhattan, the American Academy at 30th and Madison. And Spencer Tracy went there, Lauren Bacall went there, Robert Redford went there, Danny DeVito had just graduated the year before, used to hang around the green room while I was there. He was great fun. And so they showcased their things, and one night these two people, a husband and wife, come up to me after and said, we'd like to represent you, we'd like to be your agents. And I said, well, you could be my agents if you get me a job. And they said, no, it doesn't work like that. We'll get you an audition. It's up to you to get the job, and then we'll negotiate a contract for you. And I said, okay. So they set me up for a David Merrick Broadway show called Keep It in the Family with Karen Black, God rest her soul, just died. Sweet girl, oh my God, we were all children then, and Burt Brinkerhoff was in it, and some other people, and Maureen O'Sullivan, Mia Farrow's mom, and Patrick McNeed, and really odd, wonderful older Irish actor. I'm sure he's dead. But anyway, I auditioned for the part of the guy next door who was courting Patrick McNeed's daughter, and I got the part. And that was it. So, and I've been working ever since. Got my equity card and moved on.
What a cast of it.
It was lovely cast. Yeah, we went to Boston to try it out. We rehearsed at some hotel in Manhattan, but we went to Boston to try it out at the old Colonial Theater up there on the Green or whatever they call that in Boston, and. We're all staying in the same hotel. We go downstairs. In New York, during rehearsals, okay, you finish the day rehearsal, you go home, wherever you go. But there, we're in Boston, nobody lived, we're not living in Boston, so everybody goes to the hotel bar after to have a couple drinks and have dinner and shoot the shit about the play and how it's going in the audiences. And all these people are telling these wonderful stories, and I thought, Christ, I'll never have any stories to tell. I don't have any. I come out of Duquesne University, for Christ's sake. I never did. This is the first thing I ever did. And then I thought years later how that all changed. And, you're in it a long time, you get a lot of your own stories. It was a wonderful experience, but we come into New York and opened and closed in 4 days. So I was out of work in 4 days. He called Cleavon Little, my pal from the Academy, and he said, "Come on down. You can live at my apartment until you find a place." So I did.